So the Pittsburgh Penguins won again last night, 5-4. They played like shit. They were down 3-0 to start the game. Came back, made it 3-1, 3-2. Then it was 4-2. Then it was 4-3, 5-3, and eventually 5-4. The fact that the Penguins did not play well and still almost won is hilarious. It just shows how dominant, how good they've been in this series, and how badly Columbus needed to win that. I knew Columbus probably would win it because it's very, very hard to sweep a series, and Columbus is not that bad that they would be getting swept. So I'm not that surprised that Columbus ended up winning. I am surprised that it's 3-1 in the series, but hey, I'm not complaining. Even though I initially said Penguins in 6, I think the Penguins take this home and finish it off tomorrow night at home in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a hype crowd, and I'm looking forward to the game. I don't think Crosby is going to have as bad game as he had last night. He was not great last night. I'll look for him to up his game and be a lot better next game, much more like what you'd expect Sidney Crosby to be. Jake Guentzel again killing it. I think he's the first rookie since the Rocket to get 5 goals in 4 playoff games. Absolutely unreal. He's been on fire. 3rd round pick ratio, killing it again, making like $700K. What a player. That top line right now is ridiculous. Crosby, Sheary, and Guentzel, best top line in hockey, has been for the past couple months or so. Then you have Malkin, who's killing it. He's leading the league in playoff points with 8 right now. Crosby's got 5. He's no slouch. Gensel's got 6. Kessel's also got 8. But hey, he's uncoachable and he's not good in playoffs according to Toronto media. Yet he was one of the few players who's a point a game in that series in 2013, and he's a point a game for Pittsburgh right now, over point a game. He's been sick, and this defense without Letang has not been as bad as I thought. Hainsey even got a goal in last night, which was pretty cool because he's not known for his goal scoring prowess. And, it was not a great effort from the Penguins. They definitely could have played better. But, the fact that they almost came back after an effort like that says a lot about the team, says a lot about their resiliency, and they still only lost 5-4. And that was Columbus's first regulation win ever in playoffs, which is hilarious because the other 2 wins they had over Pittsburgh were in overtime in 2014. So that's pretty funny. So, overall, it's an exciting game. You had Matt Calvert back after serving his suspension. He scored. Tom Kuhnackel, the guy that he hit, also scored. Kind of a garbage goal. A lot of the goals were kind of garbage goals. The first 2 were kind of unfortunate for the Penguins because they actually went off their skates. So, if those don't go in, then the Penguins win the game 4-3. One went off Crosby's skate, and then the other one went off Ian Cole's skate or something. I don't know what he was doing, but, it was a little bit unfortunate. They weren't great defensively, but also... Columbus did get some lucky bounces, and in order to win games, sometimes you have to get lucky bounces. Hockey's a weird sport. It's a lot of luck involved. So they definitely had the lucky bounces that that the Penguins did not have. The Leafs are playing tonight, so I'm a little bit all over the place thinking about that. But I definitely think the Penguins will get it done at home. But let's talk about this goaltending. Bobrovsky's been terrible, and he's the favorite for the Vezina Trophy, as he should be, but he's not been good. I don't know what's been up with Bobrovsky lately, but he's not looked like himself at all in the playoffs. Fleury, after starting off great with the first 2 games, he stank up the joint and looked more like the Marc-Andre Fleury in playoffs I'm used to seeing the last 2 games. He's lucky that he's got a lot of goal support in front of him. That teams is still able to score 4 goals in a loss, but he was not great. I know 2 of the goals were fluky, but a lot of them are garbage goals, and they shouldn't be going in. So he's really got to be better for the team. The team wants to do well. Matt Murray's still not skating, which is worrying. He's probably not going to come back for a while. It definitely looks like a groin injury, and that's something you don't want to rush, especially for goalies, because that's something that recurs a lot, and if it, that's what happened to Carey Price last year. It got worse, and he missed the whole year. So you don't want to mess with Murray's groin. So I'm definitely glad they're taking his time, but at the same time with him. But at the same time, it's a little bit frustrating because I want him back in the lineup because Fleury makes me very nervous in playoffs, and he's not been good. And Murray's just that calming presence, and I think that translates to the whole team. The whole team feels that when Murray's playing calm back there and just making the saves look easy, that's what great goalies do. They make saves look easy, whereas Fleury sometimes looks like a chicken with its head cut off. He's very flashy, and I like his flashiness, and he's very fast. His agility is incredible, and his lateral speed is off the charts. But Murray's not fast. Murray doesn't look nice. He doesn't look sexy to watch, but he gets the job done. And Fleury does sometimes too, but especially in playoffs, he's very, very not good on the heart, and I don't want that. So, but at the same time, the Penguins are still up 3-1 in the series with Fleury. But, if they win this series and they go to play Washington and you're playing Braden Holtby, who's got like a ridiculous play percentage, been good this series, not been amazing, or you're playing Frederik Andersen of Toronto, he's been lights out this series. A big reason why the Leafs are even up 2-1. So, if Fleury's in net, Penguins will definitely be second in goaltending in that one. And both the Leafs and Washington can score a lot of goals. So, and yes, the Leafs have bad defense, but Pittsburgh is not great without Letang, even though Pittsburgh, I think, has better options waiting in the wings than Toronto. But they play very similar styles, very run and gun, and Washington's got very good defense. So, Fleury's going to have to be in his best no matter which one of those teams he plays. So, that's why I hope that he gets into his groove in Game 5, because the past two games, he's not been great, and the team has still managed to win one of them. But that's not a good long-term recipe for success. Whereas Murray was pretty much outstanding all playoffs. He only really had 1 or 2 bad games, and he came back stronger the next game, and he actually outplayed Holtby last year in the playoffs, which was insane. So at the same time, I don't want them to rush Murray, but I'm just a little frustrated that he had to get injured at this time now, the most important time of the season. Especially when goalies around the league are playing so well. It's a little bit frustrating, but there's nothing I can do about it. I just hope that he's getting the proper treatment he needs and he's not being rushed back into lineup, which it looks like he's not. So I'm hoping that Penguin doctors finally learn their lesson after years and years of gross miscompetence when it comes to injuries, because we need him. Hagelin's also not skating, so I don't know when he's coming back. He's been out for a month, and I think he broke his foot. So, that's an injury that, again, you can't just rush into. You got to take your time into it. So, we'll see when Hagelin comes back. He's just the next guy that they're missing. And Kunitz as well. Kunitz is also not skating, so... Kunitz is not exactly fast, but he's actually been pretty good on the penalty kill this year. But Hagelin is very fast, and if you get Hagelin back against Washington, that's huge because he can expose their speed. And Toronto is very fast, so you need someone who can keep up with those young kids. And Hagelin's definitely the fastest player they have. So I hope he comes back soon as well. But again, I don't want him to be rushed. And playoffs, no one's ever playing 100%. An 80% Hagelin is still very good. But, I don't want to risk an 80% Murray. So I would say Murray definitely should be 100%. Hagelin, maybe you can rush him back a bit early. But, at the same time, it is a broken foot. And, that's where he gets his speed from. So, all right. Well, that's all I have for this game. Jane Cancel continues to kill it. I don't think Crosby will stay quiet for much longer. Matt is also very impressed me since coming back. I know his foot speed looks a lot quicker. I think he definitely had time to work on his skating. That's what I've seen people talk about on Twitter, and I definitely think there's some truth to that. I've never seen him look as fast as he looks now, and he looks very, very good, as good as he did in his rookie season with Matt Niskanen. This is the kind of Olli Matta that we thought we'd be getting consistently when we drafted him, and except for maybe last game when everyone kind of lay an egg, he's looked very good all playoffs. Justin Schultz continues to look good, and Brian Dumoulin continues to be solid. So, the defense for the parts that it is, it's doing its job, but it definitely last game did have trouble breaking out. It is a lot harder without Letang. It's just the exits from the zone aren't as clean. The forwards can't get the puck as fast because there's no one to rush it up to them because Letang's like a fourth forward almost sometimes, and it's bad without Letang. But we'll see. I don't think they can go far without him, but you never know. They could surprise. It could be like a do it for a duper situation, do it for Letang situation this season. So that's all I have for this video. Please like it if you like. Subscribe if you really like it. Share it with all your friends. Tell everybody. And we'll see you after the game tomorrow night when hopefully the Penguins win the series, have a nice long rest, and welcome the winner of Toronto versus Washington. And I think that series could potentially go 7 games because the Leafs have surprised a lot of people, including myself. All right, bye for now.